Hello everyone, this is SeanLin from BraveHeart. Today we are in West Palm Beach, near the West Palm Beach Airport in Florida, where so many residents from Florida and also people from even other countries arrive in Florida to welcome President Trump coming back home. And today is a special day. President Trump and his 4 years presidencies in the United States. And so many people respect him, and so many people come here to welcome him home. And we will bring you some interviews to let you see how people in Florida welcome him, respect him. So today is a special day, January 20, and President Trump is coming back to Florida. And can you tell us why you come here today?
I came here as a dual citizen, American-Israeli, to show my love for the president and his appreciation for everything he's done for both the United States and Israel during his 4 years as president. I think it's a very sad day for the United States. My mother survived under Nazi occupation, and she knows what tyranny is, and we're extremely upset about his loss, and we're very fearful of what's to come. And I think in Israel, we appreciate everything that he's done for our country. He has respected the Jewish people, and he's just shown us love like no other president. Not just recognizing Jerusalem as the capital and the undivided, eternal capital of Israel, but just the respect he gave the Jewish people, and he understood that you cannot trade land for peace. That is a failed policy, that when we tried that with Gaza, they turned it into a nonstop rocket launching terror state. And now Biden wants to go back to that failed land for peace policy, and he's pushing a two-state solution, which would be a nightmare. And nobody wants that. Israel doesn't want that. The other Arab nations surrounding Israel don't want, they don't want that either. So I'm not sure why he keeps pushing that. And it's just a disaster.
So what do you think about his initiative to bring the peace accord between Israel and UAE and other Middle East countries?
I think that what Trump started should continue, and what Biden's proposing is giving the Palestinians veto power on any other peace proposals, which is ridiculous. Why should your enemy have veto power on peace proposals? It's just unheard of.
So I saw a video that in Israel, many people pray for Trump, for the last 2-3 months. And what's the situation that you know?
Well, I know that Trump is extremely popular, that he is beloved in Israel. In Jerusalem, the new train station is named after him. There's streets named after him. There's cities named after him. He is just so loved. And Biden is not, because Biden is not respected because he doesn't respect the Jewish people. He tries to impose things instead of discussing things. He just tries to, it's like there's just no respect there.
And so right now, Trump back to Florida, his own home. So what do you expect he can do in the near future?
Well, at this point, I just hope that he, continues to do what he's been doing, just acts as an advocate for the United States, and he continues to do what he can. I mean, now he's a private citizen, but he does have some influence, and I honestly hope that people leave him alone and just let him retire peacefully and be with his family. And I have family here in Florida, and we're happy to have him here.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Also, just a record, your name.
Oh, I do not want to give my name because it's too dangerous to do that in today's America.
So, can you tell us why you come out today to welcome President Trump coming back home?
Love him.
So, what's the reason?
Why do I love him? Because he stands for everything that we stand for God, for country, for family, for marriage, for life. All these people out here, we all stand for the same thing. And there's 75 million other of us that are not going to give up very easily.
So what can you do? You mentioned you're not giving up, but what can you do in the near future?
I'm a woman of prayer, and I know from my life God has a plan. It's always better than our plan, always. And we see how we think it should work out, but he has a better plan. As long as we keep praying and, keeping faith in him, he's going to bring justice.
So you mean people should not be discouraged or disappointed? People should still keep the hope?
Absolutely. As long as your hope is in God, if your hope is in the Supreme Court or in this senator or that senator or Mike Pence, pretty much you're always going to be disappointed. Any human being you put your faith in, you're going to be disappointed. And as long as you have faith in God and you know that he is sovereign and he's got a plan for this, it's all good. It's all good. Doesn't mean you're not sad. I am incredibly sad today. I've been crying all morning. What this man has been through is horrific,
Do you think he's terribly abused for the last 4 years?
Yes, absolutely. And I heard someone say on the news that these two campaigns, one was based on love of God, of family, of country, of our president, of our values, and the other one was based on hate. There's no platform on the other side. There's just hate. And I pray for these people. Jesus said, pray for your enemies. So I pray for these people every morning. I pray for the senators by name, Kamala Harris, all of them. That's what we're called to do as Christians. So we're in a battle, and God is on our side, though.
So will you put these kind of belief into your artistic creations?
I actually have a business making nativity sets for Christmas, and I'm really going to be moving forward with that this year. Obviously, the secular world has taken Christ out of Christmas too, just like, we have Christ been taken out of our country. And I think God is waiting for us to really get down to some prayer and get on our knees and put our faith in him. And then he'll restore the land. That's what his word says in Chronicles. So it'll happen. He's faithful, always. Always.
Great. So, why are you here today?
We are here to welcome Donald J. Trump, our president, to Mar-a-Largo. He's going to live here, and we love him, we support him, and he's done everything he said he was going to do in 4 years, and he's done it. So we're welcoming him today, and we're showing our support.
I couldn't say it any better. I won't even try. Perfect.
And just heard a lady said he's our real president. What do you think about it?
I think he was a real president.
He is our real president. Of course he is.
And what do you think about what will be the major achievement in his legacy for the last 4 years?
Oh, geez. He's got such a legacy going on. What he's done for America and for the American people is beyond what I can even... do you have 2 weeks that I can explain? Because there's so many things that he's done for the American people and our country. So it's,
I think importantly, too, he cares about the American people. I don't think he did this at all for his own benefit, because this is going to cost him and his family dearly. I think he did it out of patriotism, out of love for this country.
So as a veteran, as a former Marine, you think he has this kind of spirit, the warrior spirit, to fight for America?
Oh, yeah. There's no question he did. Yeah, there's no question. Oh, yeah, he fought. Sometimes foolishly, but he fought hard.
So what's your best wish for him now?
I hope him and his family go on to have great success. I hope people get over all of this vitriol and hatred. I'm very concerned about the rhetoric coming out of our Congress and Senate today. I think that's more dangerous than what happened at the Capitol the other day, because there's no other place to go with this kind of talk except for the fist, to fight. You're not going to talk like that to people and then end it with a hug and a kiss. So they need to stop with all the hatred. Yeah, that worries me.
You think under this kind of hatred atmosphere, we may even lose our freedom of expression?
There's no doubt we already are. Yeah, this is not a question. It's already taking place. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a big danger. And as the Declaration of Independence says, we'll put up with a lot of BS for a long time, but eventually people get sick of it. That's my brief interpretation of it.
All right. Thank you so
They
much.
said it.
So can you tell us, in your impression, what is the major legacy in Trump's last 4 years?
Oh my gosh, the list is really long.
Top two.
Top two, I would say top two, lessening regulation. Lessening regulation in business so businesses can develop. And in my case, I was living in California for many years, and now I live in Texas. So immigration to me is very important, because a lot of the illegal immigration was taking livelihoods out of, other people, citizens' reach, So I think immigration policies were wonderful.
Do you think he has some regret in his immigration reform because a lot of hurdle he had to overcome in the Congress?
Do I think he had regrets?
Yeah.
I don't think he regrets much. No. No, I don't know if that's in his DNA to regret things.
Okay. And what about you?
I think the two things he did is brought our finances in alignment and showed American people that he truly loves us. And that's what I think he's done. We needed to get unity, and he brought unity back to us. And I believe that's where we're headed.
How do we bring our country back to unity? Because right now, it's so divided. And even Trump recently speak out, call people for peace, but still he slandered so badly, right? So it's still making the society more divided. So what do you think? What would be your suggestion to make the country united?
Well, I think we have to all do it individually. We have to respect each other enough to trust each other that we'll all do the right thing. That's how I feel about it.
Do you have any suggestion on this part?
Well, sadly, I think our country is divided with regard to our moral stance and our moral beliefs. I find that people more on the right are God-centered people, are independent-minded. They believe in country first. I think a lot of the mentality of the left doesn't really believe in God, doesn't really believe in a higher being, if you will, to live by, a code to live by. It's more of a code of intellect, and less of emphasis on family and American, if you will, true American values. So I think it's kind of sad right now because I personally don't see a road to unity between the two sides. I would love for that to change. God willing, it will.
It worries a lot of people in terms of the current situation. So you mentioned about people on the right side more conservative, more on the track, believing in God, emphasize on families, and so. Do you think that the founding fathers of America already see the problem of today, and do they have any solution maybe embedded in the Constitution that we can solve the current crisis in the U.S.?
The one thing, I was talking to a friend the other day, the one thing I think the founding fathers missed were term limits, because I think what's happened in government is people being career politicians. That's what's gotten us into the mess we're in. Regular people need to govern, just like Trump was. I think that's what upset the apple cart. I think that's what really made everyone despise him so, is that he is a regular person, a businessman, not involved in politics. And D.C. did not like that. And they were kind of successful in painting, him to be a villain when he has not been a villain. So I don't know. The founding fathers' principles were all fantastic. I just think they missed that one.
So do you think eventually people in America still have the hope to return to the past, following the gods, and instead of believing the government? President Trump even emphasized many times that American people worship the God, not the government, right? So do you think there's still hope?
I hope so. Perhaps going into this new administration, maybe things will become so bad that those people that haven't will start seeking God or seeking a higher, code to live by. I hope that. I wish that weren't the case. But one thing I do know is all of us that support Trump, they've brought us more together. This has brought us together as a group. I mean, you walk down this street and it's full of kind, happy people, and we all, we feel sad today, but we also feel united in our love of country, our love of God, and hope that, we'll have another Trump moment, because I think he did so much good for our country in 4 short years,